Okay, this is going to be a quick little review of this 5-in-1 travel adapter. So let's talk a little bit about this. So the first thing I want to discuss is what you actually receive. So you receive the travel adapter as well as you receive this sort of spec sheet here, which gives you some details about the specifications and so forth. So that's what you can actually expect to receive. Now, the travel adapter itself here is made entirely of plastic. It weighs 125 grams, so if you are traveling overseas, something like this is not going to take up too much of your luggage weight, but certainly provides a very useful purpose for you when you're traveling abroad. On the face of it here, you've got your plug pins here for your AC plug. You've got a bit of branding. You've got this small little LED light which turns sort of this bluish color when it's plugged into an outlet. On the side here you've got the plug pins for the various regions. So if I just push one out here, we'll just use the North American one. You can see it's locked into place here. So in order to get this back in, on the other side there's a button here that you just physically press this. As you can see, you just press it in, and once you press and hold it in, you can simply snap these plug pins back into place. So again, you've got your plug pins here for the different regions, as well as you've got your AC, and then you've got your physical button here on the other side. On the top, there is nothing, and then on the bottom, you have two USB Type A ports and USB Type C ports. These are 3 amps and 2.4 amps respectively. And then on the back side here, you've got your plug pins for, again, the different regions. Now, one other thing that they've added here, which is really interesting, is they've actually added a spare fuse. This is an 8 amp fuse here, so you've got your fuse here, and then you've got an extra one on the side here. Now, I can try to remove this. It's a little bit challenging because I do not have any nails. But if I try to remove this, it just takes a bit of force here. Okay, and there it is, and then you've got access to your 8 amp fuse. So it slots into here, and then you can just snap this back into place to cover it. But again, should you blow the fuse, you are going to be able to access a spare one. So that's something that I have not come across. That's something that's really nice to see that they've added. Also, let me just talk a little bit about a couple of other small drawbacks. One of the drawbacks is the fact that if you plug this into the bottom of a receptacle, it will partially obstruct the top one, so that's something to keep in mind. And then lastly, with respect to the drawbacks that we discovered when testing it, is when I plugged in the phone using the AC, when I went to pull it out, I actually ended up taking out the face plate as well. So this snapped back into place. As you can see, there was no damage of any kind, but it did come out with the phone. So depending on the item that you're using, you may also experience something like that as well. So that's what happened to me when testing it. Otherwise it works fine and it charges fine. Again, just one other thing before I close out this video is just a reminder that this is not a voltage converter, so please be careful with what you're actually using with this device. And just be aware that again, this is not a voltage converter. Otherwise, it seems to work well. It doesn't weigh too much. It's very easy and compact. It's about easily fits into my palm without any issues. And as I said, it comes with a spare fuse, which is really nice. And it again has the ability for you to use it in multiple regions. So you can see here, you've got your EU region here. You've got your second plug here, and this is for something like the UK, and then I'll just press the button, get this back into place, and then you've also got North America here, and then lastly you've got some place like Australia and so forth. So again, they say that it can work with up to 150 different countries. So again, they've got you covered for multiple regions and multiple countries. So regardless of where you're traveling, you should be pretty much covered and good to go. But again, a good, nice, important item to have with you when you're traveling. So, anyways, this has been a quick little review of this 5-in-1 travel adapter, and hopefully, we'll see you on the next one.
Today we have the VYLEE power adapter that has 4 different continents, as well as 2 USB-A and 2 USB-Cs with a spare fuse, the fuse holder, and the release button. It does come in a cardboard box with a protective plastic bag and instructions that will tell you what its ratings are, as well as gives you an idea of the different countries that use each one of the adapters. It will give you the ratings right here, and is up to 2000 watts at 250 volts. This does do a blow dryer, which is nice if you're traveling abroad and would like to do that. For each different country, you have Europe, which also has that recess and the double prong. Go ahead and push the side and push that back in. You can also push it back in by the side if you're worried about the front. It has the UK with the square prongs and that blank. Then you have US with just the double prong. It is not grounded. Then you have the Australia, which also covers New Zealand, and with that it is the angles. Now these things will not allow for a double press, so you cannot do any more than just that one without forcing it extremely hard. And it does hold in pretty well until you push that release button. It does have a cover and an LED light, so this cover is just from the manufacturer. The LED light will tell you if it is plugged in and that there is power going to it if there happens to be a time when power goes out while you're traveling. Once again, great price, very well built, and multiple uses.
So this is a great international power plug adapter. There's different options here for plugins. So here's Australia, United States, United Kingdom, and Europe. So these are the where you can plug them in. Here are 2 USB plugins and 2 Type-C plugins. This is a release button. There's also spare fuse in case the fuse here goes out. You just twist it and replace it. Really good product for the price. I'll show you it works. So you know it works when it turns blue, and as you can see, it's charging the phone. Great for the price.
Great little travel adapters. If you travel a lot or just going on a trip, it's good to have one of these. Not all hotels are going to have your American standard plug. So it's always good to carry one of these, especially if you're traveling or around the city and you may need to do a quick charge, or at the airport, you never know. So really easy, European, so whichever one you need. I don't know all of them. So once you click it in, it's pretty solid, stays. You just press this button and then pull it back. And so you've got your regular standard American plug, and I'm not sure which one that is, but you do have all those options, easy to use, and also you can plug in different ones as well. You've also got your 2 USB-Cs, 2 USB-As, and you have an extra fuse as well. So really works well and compact and great for travel to most countries.